Today I'm speaking with Mark Tory, the CEO of Defense Metals, based in British Columbia. And Mark, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Jack.
And I'd like you to bring us up to date on Defense Metals. Let me ask you a question first. When was Defense Metals founded?
Founded in 2021 and started to take over the Wicheeda project and do work on the Wicheeda project in 2021.
And there had been some previous work done on that project, yes?
Yes, there was lots of work done on it. It was initially discovered, I think, in the 70s by Teck. When they were looking for other elements, but they were able to do a trench work where they actually discovered that there was some rare earth elements on the deposit.
I think it's a little more than some rare earth elements. Can you place it, please, in the spectrum of contemporary rare earth projects? Where are you?
Absolutely. So we completed a preliminary feasibility study last year, and the main rare earths to come out of our project are NdPr, so neodymium and praseodymium, which obviously go into the permanent magnets for EVs and hybrid vehicles, wind turbines, defense, robotics, etc. So it's very important. And in relation to sort of volumes that we had through our PFS, we're talking about 7 to 8% of global production. So Wicheeda itself, because of the way the mineralogy works and our ability to upgrade it from a 2.4% grade in the ground to a 50% concentrate grade, puts us, in the likes of the molds of Lynas and MP Materials, and that's sort of where we want to be heading to in relation to output.
The 2.4% is quite impressive. I hope our audience understands that is a rather high grade for a rare earth project.
It's a reasonable grade. I mean, I know, when you look at Lynas and we look at other companies around the world, their grades are higher, but it's our ability to really concentrate that up through a simple beneficiation process that gives us that edge.
Your project's in British Columbia, yes?
Yes, it's in British Columbia near Prince George. It's about 80 kilometres from Prince George, so really close to existing infrastructure, roads, power, an existing workforce that has the mining industry around it. So we're very fortunate where Mother Nature has placed this deposit for us.
And how are you? What's your relationship with the First Nations that I believe own the actual land?
Yeah, so we got a very good relationship with the McLeod Lake Indian Band up there. It's been around for a long, long time. They're very supportive. They're very commercial. They have a lot of their own businesses which support both mining and forestry industry through Prince George. And the chief himself has been very supportive, coming out in a number of our announcements with quotes. And he actually also came across with us to Ottawa late last year when I had meetings with ministers and officers over there, just to show the level of support that we do have from the local community.
Do you believe you will be supported financially by either the provincial or the federal government of Canada?
I think we'll be supported by both. So provincially, what we're looking at is their support in relation to timelines and making sure that we can get this project up and running as quickly as possible. Federally, I've had some great support federally, and I'm confident that we're going to get financial support from the federal government. We've already got a couple of small grants that from the federal government themselves. But we will obviously be looking to progress that and move more forward with that. We're very high up on the list in relation to the federal government. I know I get invited to various things over in Europe in particular. So I went with the Prime Minister and the Minister of Mines last year, about August, I think, to Germany to announce the relationship with Germany. And I'm heading over in February with NRCan to go over and see some BRB B2B meetings with various companies through Europe.
You said you're going to Europe next month,
Yes, in a couple of weeks.
and do you think you'll be meeting with any OEM customers?
That's the aim and the hope, yeah. But both OEM customers as well as magnet makers, as well as alloy and metal makers. So that's our market.
Okay. What is the timeline for development of the Wicheeda project?
So we're looking to start our bankable feasibility study in the first half of this year. So in the next few months. And that feasibility study should take about 12 or 15 months. And then we're looking at according to Hatch, who've estimated about a 2.5 year build in relation to the beneficiation and hydromet plant. So probably looking in reality, if everything, all planets align and everything works on the permitting side, we don't have any issues, probably about, roughly around 2030 for first production.
And what's your target production at that point and beyond?
So we're looking to produce on average about 5,000 tons of NdPr.
Wow, that's you mentioned earlier that when I said something about grade, you said, well, there's MP and Linus. Let me say that there's only MP and Linus out in the Western world. So if you want to call them tier one, well, I'll agree with that because they're
Yep.
in production and they're high grade. But don't you think that defense is in the very next tier? Because you said your grade's 2.5%. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're in the next tier. I think we're in that tier because of our ability to concentrate up. So I've always said for all the years I've been in rare earths that you never have a look at what the grade is in the ground. You've got to have a look at what you can beneficiate up to in a concentrate grade, because what that means is that determines the size of your hydromet plant. And so the smaller the hydromet plant, the smaller the capital costs and the smaller the operating costs. And that's what you want. That's what you want because that's where the major capex and opex is for a rare earth company.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, but where would you position yourself as with regard to the probability of success of your company to produce rare earths?
Over 90.
Okay. Okay. I think that's right. And I think that you're one of the best projects out there. And I think you've got the right background. So that leads me to the one thing that is really necessary, capital. How are
Yep.
you fellows doing on that?
We had a very successful capital raise just before Christmas, so end of October, November. We're looking to top up our cash for about $4 or $5 million. We ended up raising 16.7 million. We were 30% oversubscribed. So it's put us in a great position cash wise to get started on our bankable feasibility study now. So yeah, capital wise, when we're looking at the potential to fund the construction of the project, we do have a letter of interest from the Export Development Bank of Canada for 250 million US already. And I'm sure we're going to get the support that we need, as I said, from the federal government, as well as I think in the market we'll be able to get both the debt and the equity to get this thing up and running.
Do you think that you will get European investment in return for delivering product to European customers?
We've already got some European investment. We've got our executive chairman, Guy Decellier, is based in London and Brussels. So, and in the last lot of capital raisings, we certainly got some family offices and European money coming in. I expect that to extend out to further potential offtake partners and potentially OEMs through Europe because there's a lot of interest out there.
Thank you, Mark. And you've got to keep us in touch with your progress, or as you fellows say, progress up there. and we will be coming back to you on a regular basis to find out how you're doing. Thanks a lot for your time.
Excellent. Thanks, Jack. Always a pleasure.